Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we decode the financial jargon so you don't have to. Today we are diving into a rather intriguing filing from ASP Isotopes Incorporated that might just reveal a little more than they intended. Get ready because we're about to unpack some timely extensions and significant deals, making that could reshape a company. And if you are new here, make sure you are subscribed for more. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we discuss these filings further. Alright, let's get straight into it. This filing is from ASP Isotopes Incorporated, a company that deals with isotopes, which are essentially different versions of the same element used in various industries like medicine and technology. They are reporting on a significant event concerning their bid to acquire Renergen Limited, a South African company. The main story here is an extension. Originally, ASP Isotopes Inc. had an offer on the table to buy out Renergen Limited, a deal structured as a scheme of arrangement. This means Renergen shareholders would receive new ASP Isotopes shares in exchange for their Renergen shares. Now, deals like this have a long stop date, which is basically a deadline for all the conditions to be met. This date has been pushed back not once, but twice. It was originally the 30th of September, then extended to the 28th of November, and now they've mutually agreed with Renergen to push it even further to the 30th of January 2026. Why the extension, you ask? Well, it boils down to getting the green light from various authorities. Specifically, they are still waiting for approval from the Financial Surveillance Department of the South African Reserve Bank, known as FinServ. This is a pretty standard but critical step for cross-border transactions involving South African entities. The good news is that some major approvals are already in place. The Competition Commission of South Africa has given its nod, albeit with some conditions that ASP Isotopes finds acceptable. And importantly, they've already secured consent from influential parties like the Industrial Development Corporation of South Africa and the US International Development Finance Corporation. So, it is not a complete roadblock, but this FinServ approval is a key piece of the puzzle. This deal isn't just about stock swaps. There is also a financial element to consider. Alongside the extension for the acquisition's closing conditions, there was also an amendment made to a term loan facility agreement. This agreement, originally dated May 19, 2025, involves the company, its South African subsidiary ASP Isotopes South Africa, and Renergen. The crucial update here is that the final repayment date for this loan has also been extended to the 30th of January 2026, the same new deadline as the acquisition. Now, let's put this in context. ASP Isotopes is clearly committed to this acquisition. The fact that they are extending deadlines and working through regulatory hurdles shows their strategic intent. Renergen, listed on exchanges in both South Africa and Australia, is likely a strategic target for ASP Isotopes, perhaps to boost their market position or gain access to new technologies or resources. The company itself is an emerging growth company, meaning they are eligible for certain regulatory accommodations. This often implies they are in a growth phase, possibly with less established financials or a smaller market capitalization compared to more mature companies. This usually means higher potential for growth, but also higher risk. Now, while this filing is primarily about the extension and the loan amendment, it also includes the standard forward-looking statements that companies are required to make. These are essentially their best guesses about the future, but they come with a big disclaimer. They list a bunch of risks, including the possibility that the acquisition might not go through at all, or that integrating Renergen might be more difficult than anticipated. This is standard legal sire, but it is worth noting the explicit mention of significant transaction costs and unknown liabilities, which are always a red flag in any acquisition. Scaled up, looking at the broader picture, ASP Isotopes is clearly focused on growth through acquisition. The Renergen deal, if it closes, could be a transformative moment for the company. The delays are concerning, as any extended regulatory scrutiny can sometimes signal deeper issues or unexpected complications. However, the fact that key third-party consents and a major competition approval are already secured is positive. The extension of the loan repayment date to mirror the acquisition deadline suggests a coordinated effort to ensure financial stability throughout the process. The company's status as an emerging growth company also means that while the potential upside could be significant, the risks are equally pronounced. What does it all mean? Well, ASP Isotopes is playing the long game here. They are persistent in their pursuit of Renergen, signaling a strong belief in the strategic value of this combination. The extended timelines are a signal of a complex regulatory environment and perhaps some negotiation challenges, but the overall trajectory suggests they are determined to see this through. The financials, or lack thereof in terms of specific numbers in this particular filing, mean we need to look elsewhere for the full financial health report. But the strategic movements are clear. This move is about expansion and consolidating market position. The biggest risk boils down to regulatory approval and integration challenges, but the commitment from both parties seems strong enough to warrant cautious optimism if you are an investor. Alright, that is our breakdown of this Isotopes filing. What is your take on these extended deadlines and the Renergen acquisition? Do you think it will go through? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.